Welcome back to another edition of Arizona Wildcats Insiders Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Hutchison, and last night we witnessed number 25 Arizona waltz in to Tempe to take on arch rival ASU, number 20 ASU, in the 99th Territorial Cup. Arizona, I think, was the 1.5-point favorite. Everybody thought the game was going to be really close. Here at Arizona Wildcats on SI, we had Arizona winning 34-17. And you know what? It was a little sluggish in the first half. Arizona just getting a field goal, ASU being up 7-3. It's one of those situations where Arizona's a second-half team. The Wildcats have been a second-half team all season long. From that point on, give credit where credit is due. Coach Danny Gonzalez, defense coordinator Danny Gonzalez, shut out ASU the rest of the way, holding the Sun Devils to 0 points, 100 yards rushing against an offense that is averaging almost 200 yards per game, held them to 100 yards there, 114 yards passing. They're at 80-something late in the fourth quarter. Those are some garbage time passes. So in all, 214 yards, and that gave leeway to the offense to figure things out. No Fafita, the rushing game, they pieced it together, and all of a sudden you look, 23-7 Arizona with around 5 minutes left in the game. Ball game over. The Territorial Cup over. The Duel in the Desert goes to the Wildcats. They take home the Territorial Cup. They're winners of 3 of the last 4 Territorial Cup matchups, and no pitchfork in the ground this time for the Sun Devils. The Wildcats capture their 9th win of the season, meaning they are going to go to a major bowl game. ASU at 8-4, they're going to go to a very good bowl game. It looks like rumors have been swirling around. That was a winner goes to the Holiday Bowl, loser goes to the Sun Bowl. So it looks like the Sun Devils will be going to El Paso while the Wildcats go to San Diego. Tremendous game for Arizona. Again, no Fafita was the player of the game for the Wildcats. Had 285 yards passing, completed around, I would say about 62% of his passes on the night. 1 touchdown pass as well, giving him 70 in his illustrious Arizona career. Again, just a tremendous job by the defense. I can't stress it out enough how great of a defensive coordinator Danny Gonzalez is. And again, we talked about this going into the game. If you're a one-dimensional football team, which Arizona State without Sam Levitt is a very one-dimensional football team, they're not a good passing team. You are lined up on a tee for Danny Gonzalez. And after a couple good runs in the first half, they score the touchdown. They get the lead. Arizona, missed some field goals, missed some opportunities. Danny Gonzalez sat back, waited for the fastball right down the middle, and hit it out of the park. I mean, it was center cut, low and in, just like you want it, and he crushed it deep left field. Out of here, 500-foot home run. I mean, tremendous job. ASU had no answer for the defense. Not only did Arizona hold them to 7 points, they forced 5 turnovers. 5 turnovers in the game. Coming into the game, Arizona, I think, was sitting at 23. You add 5 to that. They're top 5 in the country in turnovers created. Top 5. Last season, the Wildcats turned teams over 18 times. They're in the bottom half. This year, they're in the penthouse. They're top 5. Tremendous job by Danny Gonzalez and his defensive staff. Again, we've talked about it all season long. This is the best secondary in the Big 12. They went to work against Arizona State. By the way, one of the forced fumbles that Arizona had in the game was from Dalton Johnson, who got a pick later in the game as well. But they're the best secondary in the Big 12, no question about it. They're a top 5 secondary in the country. I don't see a lot of secondaries in the country that can do what Arizona can do. And I know Jordan Tyson went down in the second quarter of that game. It didn't matter. He had 1 catch. 1. Could he have warmed up? Maybe. Maybe does ASU get to 14 points? I doubt it. I doubt it. Again, Jeff Sims has been tremendous for them in terms of the running game, but his arm is not good. It looks pretty coming out of his arm, but no accuracy. It's like a shotgun shell. And Arizona took full advantage of that tremendous coaching job defensively by Danny Gonzalez. And now you're looking at this defense. We've said it, and I want to give them more roses. We've said they're one of the best defensive units in the Big 12. I want to correct myself. Arizona has the best defensive unit in the Big 12. Move over Texas Tech. I'm sorry. Move over Texas Tech. Arizona has a top 10 defense in the country. It's one of the top 10 defenses in the country. This is the best Arizona defense maybe since the Desert Swarm era. Maybe. Doesn't have the sack numbers. I know. People look at that. Whoa, hold on. But they create pressure. They force turnovers. They get tackles for loss. They gain tackle. They don't miss tackles. They're one of the better third down defenses in the country. This is one of the best defensive units Arizona has had since the Desert Swarm, period. And all respect to Jed Fish's 2023 defense, all respect to those great Mike Stoops defenses. No, none of those teams are doing what this team is doing. So give them their flowers. And then offensively, Seth Day, tremendous offense coordinator, should be on the Art Briles Award watch list as well, just like Danny Gonzalez. Arizona last season, if you take out that New Mexico game, averaged around 18 point something points per game. That's bottom of the Big 12, one of the worst, 5 in the country. This season, going into the ASU game, they're averaging 33.4 points per game. After this one, they're probably averaging about 30 to 31. They're a top 25 offense. Is it clunky at times? Yeah. But you're looking at a situation where Noah Fafita is probably Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. Noah Fafita is probably Big 12 Player of the Year. Let's be honest. He's probably Big 12 Player of the Year. And meanwhile, defensively, I don't know if they have a single defender. It's usually like a sack person. But how can you not give it to Arizona? And Brent Brennan, I want to credit him like no tomorrow. This is a man that was scrutinized from the fan base the moment he was hired. People wanted him fired after a 4-8 season. He dug deep, mixed up his coaching staff, got in 61 new players, new faces to the roster. And now, in my opinion, the front runner for Big 12 Coach of the Year. One of the top candidates for National Coach of the Year. They've won 5 straight games. 5 straight games. On the road against 2 top 25 teams. Beat them. Clocked ASU. Let's be honest. They clocked them. Once Arizona was up 16-7, it was over. Game over. You could just feel it. You could feel it in the stadium. There was no hope left in that stadium. Cincinnati, that second half, I know they won by 6. They dominated that second half. They've taken care of business. They sent Kansas home with a loss. They sent Baylor home with a loss. Those 2 teams might not go to a bowl game now. Arizona is on an impressive winning streak. It's not done yet. If they're able to get a bowl win, you're looking at a team that has 2 10-win seasons, a program, 2 10-plus win seasons in a 3-year span. That's never been done in the history of Arizona football. And what a weird way to go about doing it. One head coach wins 10 games, he goes, he leaves. They have a down year with the new guy, and he comes in the next year, wins 10 games as well. The only difference is Brent Brennan isn't a used car salesman like Jed Fish. I said it. Jed did a tremendous job, knows how to build a program, great recruiter, great developer. But when you have 15 jobs in 17 years before going to Arizona, you're a used car salesman. How can you trust him? So when he left, it wasn't shocking. For Brennan, this is more personal. To use a Jed Fish line, this is personal. This is actually personal for Brennan. His wife is a graduate of the U of A. His brother is an alumni and played for Dick Tomey. He's a GA. He was a GA underneath Dick Tomey during the golden era of Arizona football. This is personal. Yes, he's a graduate of UCLA, but Tucson's his home. Now, we talked about Noah Fafita, talked about the defense, talked about Seth Dagey, but in general, I mean, the turnaround this team's had is outstanding. We had them at 7-5 entering the year. We undervalued them, apparently. They're sitting at 9-3. And the program is in its best spot it's ever been. Because the realisticness of Brennan staying long-term is a high percentage compared to Jed Fish. You knew the ceiling was going to fall with Jed because you knew he was gone at some point. He would take players and recruits. You knew that was happening. With Brennan, you could keep this thing rolling. So praise Brent Brennan, praise Noah Fafita, praise Danny Gonzalez, praise Seth Dagey for all the work they did this season to turn around the football program. And give credit to Desiree Reed-Francois for not having a quick trigger with Brennan. Again, she did not hire Brennan. That was a Dave Hickey hire. So it's very easy for a new AD to come in and say, oh, you're 4-8? You're not my guy? Adios. She didn't do that. She believed in the head coach. And now you're seeing the fruits of the labor. This is going to help turn the football program around. This is going to help raise money for the athletic department. They've already almost gotten out of the hole completely of the deficit. Now you add a successful program to that mix. Sky's the limit. It is a great day to be an Arizona Wildcat fan. It is a great day to live in Tucson, Arizona. The Territorial Cup is back home in Tucson, where it probably should be. And now the Wildcats lead the all-time series, 52-46-1. Next season is the 100th edition of the Territorial Cup, and I don't expect anything less than an absolute slugfest and party out in Tucson, Arizona. So be sure to catch us next time on Arizona Wildcats on SI, or follow me, Troy Hutchison, at THutch1995. We'll see you next time, fans. And again, thank you so much for following along this season. We'll have complete bowl game coverage, and we really appreciate you following along this amazing Arizona football season.